Good morning, everyone. It is, gosh, I can't believe it, December 30th. One more day and it's the new year. It's crazy how time just flies. So, as you all know, today is daily live seller calls. So, we're going to go ahead and just make some calls and see how many contracts we can write up today. That being said, for anyone that's new on here, my name is Caesar. Just started wholesaling, virtual wholesaling, November of last year. So I've been doing this for just about 13 months. And in the first 12 months, did over $100,000 of assignment fees, closed and funded. So just a regular guy who left the 9-to-5 grind to create freedom and legacy for myself and for my family. And so created this channel to be able to grow together, inspire each other, and really show you guys the good, the bad, the ugly, the wins, the losses, and everything in between. So no excuses here, just moves. We're here to, like I said, to help grow together and inspire each other. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and make some live seller calls. But before we do that, I actually have some very special today. I have a viewer who reached out to me this morning and would like to do a quick role play on making a phone call. So let's make that happen. I think that's actually pretty cool. Edward, if you're watching, feel free to call now. If not, I'll go ahead and give you a call as well. So let's wait for about a minute. Yeah, guys, I got on a little bit later today than usual. I did a lot of driving over the weekend, the last 4 days. Drove from Southern California to Northern California to visit my nephew and my niece. It's my late brother's kids. And so had a great time up in Northern California. And we drove at 4 o'clock in the morning yesterday from the Bay down to San Diego, which was great because we got home like at 11:30 in the morning. So we still had a full day, but it was just rough. All right, let's call Edward and see. Let me give him a text and let him know. All right, guys, we're just waiting for Edward to. Oh, here he is. Morning, this is Caesar.
Hey, Caesar, it's me, Edward. I saw you go live now.
Wonderful. All right, cool, man. So first and foremost, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. And two, really proud of you, man. Like that shows that you want to be successful. At the end of the day, it's all about immediate and perfect action. So kudos to you, man. That's pretty freaking awesome.
No, absolutely, man. I appreciate you, man, for helping me out here.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Before we start, actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and start. Let's go in script right now. So I'll just go ring ring, and then we'll just role play. So I'm the seller, and you're the buyer, right? You're the wholesaler calling me. Okay, cool. So ring ring ring. Hello.
All right. Hey, good morning. Am I speaking to Caesar?
Yes. Who is this?
This is Edward. I'm with Capital Investments. I was reaching out to you just because we had received an inquiry on a property there on Forest Ledge Street. Are you still interested in selling?
Yes, I am.
Okay, awesome. How much are you looking to get for it?
We're gonna get probably around $275.
$275. Okay, tell me a little bit about what you got going on.
Yeah. Well, it's vacant now. Our tenants just left a month ago, and I've been thinking of just tired of being a landlord, man. Like just tired of dealing with tenants and toilets. So I think I'm ready to just let it go. You know?
Mhm. Gotcha. How long were those tenants there for?
Yeah, great question, man. They were there for 5 years. Good tenants. Um, but they ended up buying their own house, so I was really happy for them, and I was about to fix up this place to get it rent ready again. Um, but like I said, I just feel like I'm just getting a little too tired, so I decided not to.
Mhm. Gotcha. Okay. And you said you're gonna fix up the place. So, like, what kind of maintenance or work do you think that it needs?
Yeah, I mean, gosh, it's outdated. Um, so I was actually thinking of maybe fixing it up, either to get it rent ready or to be able to sell it on the market. But yeah, and it needs a lot of work. I mean, it's not a full gut or anything. It's got good bones. The roof is good. No cracks on the foundation. I still have all the HVAC, everything. But it just doesn't look like 2024. You know what I mean? Like it's more like 1990. um, so yeah,
Okay. And you said with just outdated stuff, so like cosmetic stuff inside, nothing major.
cosmetics inside, nothing major. Exactly. I mean, the roof is 10 years old, so I mean, there's no leaks on it, but it might be getting there where, or it might be time to replace, or if not, probably replace it in the next couple of years. But yeah, but no leaks.
Okay. And how do you come up with the price of the 275?
Um, well, I'm looking at some of my neighbors who sold their houses. I mean, it's like in the $300,000 range. So I figure you
Mm-hmm.
put in some cosmetics here, So that's how I came up with the 275.
Okay. And that'll be as is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think it could go for? Like if it was all fixed up and we updated everything inside.
I'd say about 300, maybe 310 at the most.
Right. Yeah, because I'm looking at some here right now. I see one that's sold for 310 close by you on the same street or this street over on Forest Park. Those going for around 300. Oh, gotcha. How soon were you looking to sell this?
Yeah, as soon as possible, man. It's vacant, so I'm looking to go vacationing out in Philippines and Thailand. So sooner the better, man. The sooner the better.
Gotcha. Yeah. No, I get it. So just based on what I'm looking at here, that's it. I mean, I agree with you. Properties are selling for around that 300. I'm seeing one for 310. I'm thinking like fixed up. Yeah, I could go for around 310. So I would just reverse engineer from that, right? And from there will be the math problem from there. So I'll say 310, and then I would have to include some costs such as like closing costs, realtor commission and things like that when I resell it, which typically up to about 7% of the sales price there. In this case, it's about 20 grand or so for the closing costs and all the commissions and stuff. And then as an investor, I would have some holding costs while I own the property, and so eventually it does sell. That typically for us averages around 5% there, minus our rehab. And this one's 18. How many square feet is this one?
It's 2,400 square feet.
2,400, and you said it was just cosmetic stuff.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking for just the size of the house, it's updating on the around maybe 30,000 to 35,000. of work there on that. Now, of course, I would want to, make some profit there, which allows me for a little margin there of error, maybe not significant amount there. I'm more having to be around that, about like 190 range.
Oh, 190, huh?
Yeah.
That's a little tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was expecting 270. That's almost like $100,000 difference. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work.
No, I get it. Yeah, just kind of breaking down the math here, where like I'm thinking like, yeah, if I do the 275, I think I would probably be out of pocket there. Just like if I put just alone, if I updated, I'm putting like 35,000. That kind of puts me already right around that, over that $300,000 mark. And once I do sell it, I obviously have commissions and closing costs I would have to pay. So at that 275 price, I'm more likely coming out of pocket there, which is why I'm having to be a little bit lower at that 190. I'd probably do 200, but that's like probably like the best I could do there.
Yeah, I mean, I get your point because you got to make some of your money back after you put in the 35. So I mean, I understand what you're saying. Bottom line, I could probably do 225.
225.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think I'd probably be a good fit here on this one, just because I am having to be a little bit lower on it. I mean, you're not really wanting to keep it as a rental property and stuff. Have you thought just doing the updates yourself and maybe listing it?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm just tired. I just don't want to do any more work, man. I'm like 75 years old. I mean, I do have capital. I can make it happen. It's just I just don't want to deal with it. It's going to take me maybe a couple of months to do that, and then I'm going to have to deal with the realtor. And then I'm gonna have to go back and forth with people trying to get approved for their loans, so forth. I just don't have the time for it. Plus, I'm leaving the country at the end of January, and I'm gonna be gone for 6 months. So I really don't have the time to fix this place. And then I don't want it to go for 6 months without doing anything, because then things can break down.
Right. No, I agree. Yeah, like maybe trying to get the most amount of money here. I think probably the best route is listing it, but obviously, I mean, you have to wait a lot longer. On how soon you want it to sell. If you want to wait 6 months until it does sell, I mean, that's probably the route I would point you to. Now, if you're looking for more convenient, quick and easy, that'll be me there. Kind of just based on what you told me, right? Like you're trying to sell it quick, you're not wanting to do the repairs, it seems like you have a whole lot of stuff in your plate. I mean, I understand you want more, and I wish I could give you more here. But just kind of breaking down the numbers on how it works out. I mean, I'm having to be there around that range, around that $200,000 range. Now, let's say if you don't sell to me today or over the next little bit, if the property doesn't sell, like what's kind of your next step there?
Yeah, it's a great question. If I don't sell it, then I'm gonna have to hire someone to fix it up, and then I'm gonna have to trust that it gets done in time. And then while I'm out of the country, I'm gonna have to, depend on the realtor doing what they're supposed to be doing to get this thing sold. So Yeah, there's a lot of variables there.
Mhm. Gotcha. Okay. I mean, no worries. I understand. I mean, I could just follow back with you and just kind of go from there and see if anything changes. And you just let me know.
Yeah, why don't I do that? I just filled out the forms like last night, so I'm sure I think you're like the third guy that called me today, so I'm sure I'll get 10 more.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're all around the same math here, so we'll probably be around the same ballpark there. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. All right, man. Yeah, give me a call maybe in the next couple of days. I might change my tune then.
All right. Well, sounds good, Caesar. Have a good day.
All right, cool, man. All right, end script. All right, Edward. What are your thoughts, man? How'd you feel?
I felt all right. I just couldn't get trying to comp it and stuff. So, I think we're just too far off on price.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the motivation and stuff, but I don't know if I could have dig deeper into it or not. What kind of feedback you have?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you. I always like to do this whenever I do like a role player like feedback. Mm-hmm. What are some of the things that you think you did great, and then also what are some of the things that you think you can improve on?
I think I did pretty good just getting the price, just following like the outline there, kind of asking him a little bit open-ended questions. I was trying to focus on figuring out how could I ask more open-ended questions on what you were telling me. So I figured like you kind of did open up to me, kind of trying to get the motivation out. So I think I did pretty good there. I feel like to work on, for me, it's more like the when they say no, really, like trying to like jump back into it and get a little bit deeper and see like how we can make it work. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Great. So, how long have you been doing this, brother?
Started back in, I think it was June. Back in June.
Oh, nice. Okay. And how has it been? Have you been just using the closers formula since June, or were you cold calling, or were you done?
Yeah, I was cold calling, and I started transition to IC to lead like 3 months ago, and now it's been going good. I'm just focusing on trying to get consistent deals because it hasn't been consistent like in a month-to-month basis. I'll get a deal, now I'm like, I'll wait, and maybe I get 2 deals, and I'll wait a little bit, but so yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta keep at it. You don't. Mm-hmm. When you say you wait, what do you mean? Like
I'm making calls, but I'm not getting contracts. It's more like a lot of follow-ups.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Okay, cool. So it's not so much that you're waiting, you just coming across follow-ups.
Follow-ups. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah. So here are a couple of feedback, man. First and foremost, I'm gonna say you're very confident over the phone, right? So you definitely show the confidence. Does show that it looks like you've been doing this for quite some time, right? So I like the way that you educated me on how it works, right? You went from top to bottom of the calculator, so I like that. And then now, a question for you is, how did you come up with $35,000 for that rehab cost?
I put it on. I have the profit calculator as well, and I put 2,400 square feet, and I put cosmetic, like a really low rehab, and it spit out 36. So I was like, all right,
got it. So 35. You see, so the 36,225, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So if you type in that number on the higher end price point, what does it tell you?
Oh yeah, that's up to 60.
It's 60, right? So yeah. So a couple of things. So here's my feedback now, okay? So first and foremost, man, great job on the call. You sound confident. You keep this up, you're gonna kill it. All right. Few feedback here. I told you that it's in the 1990s, right? And you have to make it look like 2024. So it's not just paint. I mean, you're probably gonna have to change the countertop. You might even take down a wall. You never asked me if it was carpeted or not, right? Because if it's carpet, then you'd have to rip that out and change that to hardwood floors. You know what I mean?
Right.
So first and foremost, my rehab costs, I put 70,000. So if you were to lock me up here, it would be very difficult for you to move this property.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now that being said, I mean, if you make that mistake, once you get the pictures from me, you can also come back to me and renegotiate.
Right, and that's actually has helped me in the past because I do try to set the expectation up front. So yeah, the times I had to do that where I go out with like, oh shit, like there's a lot more than what I expect. I was able to leverage from that.
Exactly. So it's always better to, I think a lot of new wholesalers, what they'll do is they'll inflate the ARV and then they'll deflate the repair costs just so that they can get a contract. But at the end of the day, we don't get paid until we dispo the contract, right? And so for me, it's better to deflate the ARV and then inflate the repair costs. Because then you can, at least you have some wiggle room there when you're talking to the buyer. So first and foremost, I would probably put it at 70,000. And the reason why I put it at 70,000 is because if you look at the medium rehab with 2,400 square feet, what's the rehab total? At $25 per square foot, it's 60,000, right?
Right.
And then on the right of that, the higher end should be what? 84,000.
Right.
Are you watching by any chance right now? I can share my screen.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can see what I'm talking about.
I'm looking at the calculator as we speak here, so I do see the
okay,
15
cool.
and the 84.
Yep. So for the folks that are watching here, so this is what I'm trying to tell Edward here. He was looking at just the low rehab, but the key points that I told him was that the tenants had been there for 5 years. I need to update it because it looks like it's back in the 1990s, right? So on something like that, I would be looking at medium rehab, not a low rehab. Now, if I said, "Oh yeah, man, they were only there for 2 years. I updated it 2 years ago, made it look 2020," then I would go on the low rehab, right? But I said they've been there for 5 years. I mean, you don't know if it's a family. What if they had growing kids? Right? That place can look like a mess. You know what I mean? So I would be looking between these two numbers. So between 60 and 84, I would put $70,000 rehab here. Not the 35.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
So that being said, I would have to be at 120, not at 190 that you mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay. One thing that I would probably do as well is that I would probably go put a $20,000 here, right? So 120 still works with 20,000, right? Because I put in $70,000 for repair. So that's what I would do. Okay, so one, just based on what they're telling you, it's okay. It's better to go to the next level down than to keep it at the lowest, right? Because right here you have four numbers to work with: 36, actually 3 numbers: 36, 60, and 84, and you chose the lowest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing about it makes sense unless you said, "Oh, you need some paint, maybe a little touch ups." Nothing.
And most of the time sellers are lying, right? Most of the times it's a lot worse than they claim it to be. I was actually giving you I think I was pretty straightforward on what I think it is. No, it's just you just went to that 35. So that's one. The second thing is I gave you 2 spots where you can really get into my motivation. So just listen back to the call later on, see where those 2 spots are. I'll give you the best one, the better one though. I think you did a really good job when I was already, oh, that's too low. And then you pulled me back in by asking what would happen if I don't sell this, right? And you painted the picture for me. But you never gave me enough time to paint it fully. So there's a point where you could have just kept it silent and let me keep talking because I'm talking out loud, right? And I guess my question to you is when you asked me like what was your goal when you asked me that?
To see if I could find more pain, but I guess I didn't embrace the silence long enough.
Well, you did bring out the pain. What did I say? If I don't sell it, what would happen?
That you were either go and try to, fix it up, but you didn't want to do that just because you're older, and you had a lot of things going on, and you didn't want to wait that long.
Yep. But what else did I say? Did I say I was leaving the country at the end of the month?
Right.
At the end of January. And then I said, if I leave the country, then that means I would have to hire the people and I would have to trust that they get it done at the right time. And then I would have to trust that the realtor would do what they're supposed to do to get this thing sold. And then I even said there's a lot of variables that I have to think about once I leave the country. So how can you use those as your pain point? Because those are pain points.
Right. Oh. So I could use that as like maybe, ask another open-ended question and digging into that.
Yeah, well, you could ask another open-ended question, or at that point, you can be like, well, Caesar, you said you have capital, right? I mean, right now it's probably going to cost you $70,000 to repair that property so that you can sell it on the market. Now you mentioned that you're going to be out of the country. Well, what if the workers take longer than you expect? You can't check up on them, right? So the longer they take to fix the house, that's the higher your holding costs become, right? Now, I mean, are you willing to, instead of spending 70,000 to spend 100,000 just to sell this for 310?
Right.
You know what I mean? Just be like, let's get this thing taken care of so that you can go have an amazing vacation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's where I would have, because you asked me and you got it. I just don't think you had a plan on like how to use whatever information I was going to give you. I just don't know if you had the plan for it.
Right. Yeah, I don't think I was actively listening.
Yeah, so I think that was, if there's one thing that was the biggest thing that I would have fixed is towards the end. I think this is what RJ was talking about, where through practice, through repetition, this is where you get good and you become a closer so that you can, because right now I'm in the right motivation, right? I'm highly motivated. I'm against time crunch, but my price is wrong, right? And so whenever you call 10 highly motivated sellers, 8 to 9 of them are still going to be in the wrong price bucket, right? I'm in that bucket right now. So our job now as closers is to listen, to get that information, so that way you can use that information to really close that seller.
Right.
So I think that was the biggest, if there's one takeaway, I think that would be it for you to work on, is you got me back in, you got my motivation. You just didn't know what to do with it, or you weren't listening enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that one would be like, oh man, Edward, I completely understand. You know what? Whenever I buy properties outside of my market, I actually like to, to partner with the local investors, because at least I have someone watching the place, right? I always have a set of my eyes on my project. I'm sure that's how you want to do it too. And so, hey man, like if you're out of the country, what if the workers, instead of taking 60 days, what if it takes them 120 days? How would that affect your vacation? Now what if that realtor doesn't sell it for the next 90 days after the first 120 days that your workers couldn't get it fixed? Can you afford not to sell this for the next 6 months?
Just basically making them feel the pain, like if they were already in that position.
Yeah, exactly, because that's a possibility.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, Caesar, man, I know you're in the Philippines, you're in Thailand, you're having your Mai Tai. And you're going to be able to enjoy that Mai Tai if your property hasn't been fixed for like the next 4 months. Like what if it's not ready by springtime and summertime, when's the best time to sell your house? What if the realtor just sticks a sign on your yard and waits for phone calls?
Right.
So Edward, why don't I do this, man? Why don't I just take away all those problems from you, right? Let's get some money in your pocket, and let's just make sure you enjoy your Mai Tai. How does that sound? Now as you can see, Edward, I'm not trying to get rich off this one deal, man. I'm just trying to get dollar in, dollar out. If I spend $70,000 on my calculator right now, I actually just have $62,000 of profit. So I'm already losing 8. Now, as you know, you're a landlord for many years, man. Whenever you rehab, shit happens all the time. And next thing you know, $10,000, $20,000 evaporate, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that 60,000 can easily just be a $40,000 profit for me after putting in $70,000 worth of work.
And that's where you go back, right? Pretty much just educating him again.
Educating him, but using his pain, right? So,
right.
So, hey, man, love to make this deal with you. I can put money in your pocket 14 days from today or 30 days today, right before you leave the country, $120,000 for you to spend. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Now he might say, "Oh gosh, 120, man, that's far off from 200." Okay, well, if 120 is too low for you and 200 is just, I'm upside down at 200, what's a good number in between that would put a smile on your face? And then you work them down a little bit more.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right.
At the end of the day, I gave you my pain, which is there's going to be a lot of variables that I have to worry about while I'm away. So your job is to show them how you can get rid of all of those variables.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
You'd be like, hey, Caesar, all those variables that you're talking about, I'm going to take care of that. Let me just erase all of those variables for you. I'm willing to take the risk on those variables. But let me just get you to Asia and sip on your Mai Tai. Get your happy endings. I don't know.
Very much out there in Thailand.
Yeah. You never know what you're gonna get, man. You might get a little surprise. But you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So overall, bro, I would give it like a 8 out of 10. I think it was good. You followed, RJ's formula. You asked me if I was looking to sell. You confirmed that I was looking to sell. You asked how much I want for it. You asked me what was going on. You got the pain out of me, which was good. Just work on using that pain to be able to close.
Right. Right. Okay. No, yeah, that helps a lot. For sure. That's something I do need to practice on a lot. I've been trying to work on like the open-ended questions after they tell me, like once I tell them a little bit about what you got going on, and trying to stay on topic of that. So I've been literally like have like a next to my desk to make sure I ask open-ended questions. So sometimes I just ask that and I'm just focusing kind of combat while I'm on the phone with them and I forget.
Yeah. No, I completely understand, man. But those are, and it'll happen in time, right? As you have more repetition, as you make more phone calls, it's gonna happen. Me doing this for a long time. When I say this, I don't mean real estate, like just sales. It's second nature to me now, where I'm able to listen to those moments, and I tuck them away. I always say it's another arrow in my quiver, right? So then during my close, I can start taking out each arrow to be able to close. John Motzenbacher always he's a golfer, so he always talks about, which club to use depending on where my ball lands. You know what I mean? And so for him, he uses that analogy for the exit strategy, right? Like, what's the exit strategy based on what the seller's goal is, and then from there he would know whether to go cash, sub to, or whatever it is. So I'm using his analogy, but instead of the exit strategy, for me, it's more of, I'm gonna get this bits of and pieces of information from the sellers, and I tuck it away. I write it down on a piece of paper while I'm talking to them. I circle it, and I just wait, and then while I'm closing, I know when to pull that out.
All right.
And if you're just starting on that in the sales world, I don't know if you are or not, but if you are, then perhaps you just use it as soon as they give it to you. You know what I mean? Like, I gave it to you, like, hey man, there's gonna be a lot of variables. Geez, said, I know. So let me ask you, what if those variables do happen? Because that's a possibility.
Right.
Are you gonna end up making more money or lose more money?
All right.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, brother. I really appreciate you doing this. Like I said, kudos to you, man, because what you just did today, that just shows how successful you will be, because you put yourself out there, you took the next step, and I got this from Kobe. Kobe always says, never stop being a 4-year-old. Today you were a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? That's awesome, man.
Right.
That's a huge quality to have. So keep it up. And then if you want, bro, like, my platform or my channel is free for anyone and everyone. So if and when you're ready, feel free to hop on. We'll make some live calls together. You know what I mean? I'll help you with your comping while you're on the phone with a seller. If you don't want to turn on your video, you don't have to. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely, man. I'd love to. I'd like to hop on tomorrow. You're on tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. I should be back on regular time, so I'll probably be on like 6 o'clock in the morning, which would be 8 o'clock Texas time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'll hit you up, and yeah, I'd like to go live tomorrow with you.
Cool.
Make some calls.
All right, brother. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate you. And then we'll get at it.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, cool. Later.
No.
Guys, that was really cool. For some of you folks that are watching, I don't know if you just hopped on, but that was Edward. I don't know if I should have asked if I can call him Ed. He's been doing this since June, and he's been using the King Closers formula. And he reached out to me today, man. I just got a text saying, hey, I've been following you. I'd love to take your offer on it. Love to do a quick role play, see what your thoughts are. For me, that's a huge sign of someone that wants to be successful. A lot of people want to be successful, but not willing to do the work for it. And guys, we all need to grow. You know what I mean? Like, I've been doing this for 13 months now. I think I'm pretty good, but doesn't mean I'm the best. So I still do role plays with other people from time to time, just to make sure that I'm doing the right thing. So for anyone else that's watching, that's new, if you guys haven't made any phone calls yet, if you're stuck in that paralysis analysis, use me. We'll do quick role plays like I just did right now. So in that way you get immediate feedback, and then let's put that into action. All right, let's look at some of the chats here. Babushka, hey, thanks, man, appreciate it. Hopefully it helps. And yeah, for Tyler, are you still on here? I don't know if Tyler's still on. You guys ready for New Year's Eve? Let's see here. I had a seller call me several times this morning, so let me give this guy a call. Hello, David?
Yeah.
Hey, David, good morning. This is Caesar. I got 3 missed calls from you today.
Yeah, I'm looking to sell my house, but I don't sell it very low now. I'm almost going through a divorce. I really need to get rid of the property. The lowest I was going, that property about $45,000.
How much did you say?
About $45,000, and you carry the rest. That's the only thing I can do because I don't want to give it away. I did a lot of work to that property.
Yeah.
I've been there 4 years.
Yeah,
I
I got you.
went to the house. My yard went to that place. My building is evil right now in front of the place. I'm just stuck between a rock and a hard place. I called a couple other people, so this morning because I had like 3 or 4 numbers on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you want to give me $45,000 for the place and carry that about $17,000 I owe on it, I'm willing to sell it to you, but not for no cheaper than that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find, give me a second. I'm trying to find your information here. You own this outright, right? Or do you still owe?
I still owe about $17,000 on the property.
So you
I
still,
bought it for $37,000.
okay, so you still owe 17, and you said you want to
Yeah.
walk away with 45?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I need to get rid of the place. Because all of them my wife is arguing, fighting. She's on the phone in jail one of these days for some bullshit or something, and I seem to get the hell away from her.
Yeah, I got you. All right, give me a second, man. I'm just looking up some of the properties in the area. Huh. I think I spoke with you a while back, right?
Yes. I think you offered me 30 or something like that. I'm going to take that.
Yeah. And is this is the proceed all going to go to you, or is this going to be between you and your?
It's going to be divided.
It's going to be divided by 2.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
I'm checking her name and checking my name.
Got it. And then and David, the address is give me a second. Okay.
The front part of it is pretty well cleaned. The back of it, I never even got to the back end of my property. The neighbors giving me hell. They shot my dog the other day and tore my flagpole down and tore my baby a basketball court. So I'm having trouble out of them. I'm just ready to sell the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely understand. And
I had to tell you $400 to save my dog.
oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm a dog person, man. That kind of pisses me off.
the way I feel about the men be better off kicking me with my dog.
Yeah. Same way, man. Man, sorry to hear that. Sorry I had to go
Yeah.
through that. Okay. Let's see here. Well, how many bedrooms and bathroom is this again? And is this a manufactured home or is this a real home?
That's a manufactured home. It's 2 bedroom, 2 bath.
2 bedroom,
Both
2
the
bath?
both the showers need replaced, and it needs new flooring, not like new flooring, but to cover it up with lay down. You know what I mean? The whole thing needs I took all the carpet out of it, and there's tile underneath it, but there's some tiles missing, and they're going forward.
Got
But
it.
besides that, it's in my son. I've done a lot of work to it. I did a lot of sheetrock work to it. I put new door on it. I fixed both the toilets, all the sinks. I painted it. I put sheetrock in it. I fixed the board. I put over 4 or 5 people rows side on the driveway, so because it's a long driveway. And I did a lot of work to the yard.
Yeah.
And I've been there for a year, so there we go.
Did you ever send me pictures of the property by any chance?
I believe I have. I sent you a lot of pictures of the place. The front yard, the house.
Yeah, let me double check. Let me just go through my through my history.
I'm in a meeting right now with my therapist, and can I call you back, or you can call me back within an hour or so?
Yeah, you want me to call you back in an hour?
Yeah, please, sir.
Okay.
I'm taking up for time.
Okay, let me do that. I'll call you back in an hour.
All right, thank you.
Okay, bye. All right, guys. Sorry about that. So that was actually an old lead. Let me see. Oh wow, that lead was from not that. It was back in July. So that's a July lead. Looks like okay. He bought this on a seller finance. He owes 15 or 17. Yeah. So my ARV on it is 125. I'll share this with you guys. So on my notes, it said 125 is the ARV. I'm looking at about $40,000 of rehab. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to do my 20 here because it's a very rural area. Yeah, can't do 47 here, guys. 47 is going to be no bueno. On my notes, it says that I'm going to need about, it's going to be $800 a month. So that's not going to work. So I do have to be at 35. 35 is even too much here. 20%, 100,000 and win 25. Yeah, I would have to be at 35 on this. Okay, well, we'll give this guy a call back later. Let's see what we can do. So let's go back to David. Let's give David a call in an hour. All right. Let's call this guy. This guy is supposed to call me back.
Oh,
Hey, Narciso. Good morning. It's Caesar. How are you?
I'm doing good, Peter.
Great, great. Hey, bud, I just wanted to call. See, I know we spoke, and then you had a couple of folks take a look at your place. Just want to give you a call, see where you guys are at with this.
Yeah, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to hold off on it.
Oh, okay. So you guys just gonna hold off on it?
You're right.
Got it, got it. Cool. Yeah, totally fine, man. Like I always say, your house, your decision. If you don't mind me asking, just curious, what made the change of heart?
Well, I don't know. We're thinking about hiring somebody to do the cosmetic stuff and all that, and then go from there.
Got it, got it. Okay. And then so you guys gonna hire someone? Did you guys get a quote already
Well,
on how much it would be?
Yeah, we're going to look into it. We're not, hiring anybody yet. We're going to look into it, and I'm going to get some estimates.
Got it, got it.
That's where we're at right now. Yeah.
Got it. All right. Well, I mean, go ahead and do that, and then if you have any questions, give me a call, man. Because I do this every day. We rehab places, and a lot of times you'll get a quote, and then next thing you know, $10,000 out, $10,000 more out of your pocket. You know what I mean? $20,000 more, and so forth, so forth.
Yeah.
And then if you don't calculate your comps correctly, you know what I mean? And it ends up being like a double whammy because now you have more money coming out of your pocket, and then you have less money coming in because of the comps. And if you don't do it correctly, man, it's a double whammy, right? You lose money and you have less money coming in. And then a lot of times with realtors, when they do their comps, they don't comp it properly because at the end of the day, their goal is to get as much commission as possible. So they always want to get the homeowners, their hopes up and get them happy. Like, oh yeah, I can sell it for $385, when really they can only sell it for $335. You know what I mean? And they just want to make sure they get it under contract. So feel free to use me as a resource. I'll be more than happy to be an easy button for you. Like I said, if you do business with me, great. If not, if I can help you out, hey man, I'm a human being, so I don't mind helping people out, even if it doesn't earn me anything.
All right, Caesar, appreciate it, man.
All right, brother. All right, man. And if you don't mind, I'll touch base with you.
Man.
You too, brother. And if you don't mind, I'll touch base with you maybe once a month and see how things are going.
Okay, cool.
All right.
I hope you have a very good 2025, man.
Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. And likewise.
Okay.
All right, cool.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thinking of analyzing calls, I think I could have done, I know I could have done better. Could have asked more questions on that one. On if they were to hire someone and sell it themselves, how much profit are they thinking they're going to get? And then compare that with how much they can get from me now. Let me make a note because I need to remember that next time I talk to them. Expected profit. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, Jose, what's up, buddy? I see your question here. How do you handle when seller doesn't know how much they want to sell for? They're trying to figure that out. Huh. Great question. What do you mean they're trying to figure that out? It's yeah, what do you mean by that? They're trying to, so are they like in a very early stage of selling their property and they don't know how much they want to sell it for? Or are they waiting for offers so that they can make a decision? What does that exactly mean? Because surely they have a number. When someone's looking to sell their property, they have a number in mind. Right? So I would ask what that is. Is this like an inherited property and that's why they don't know? Like, what's the situation? Give me a little bit more information so that way I can give you most relevant answer that I can think of based on the situation.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person. Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hi, Lynn. Good morning. Caesar here. I'm just calling you about Randolph Street. I know you asked me to give you a call on Saturday, which I did, but I didn't get a chance to get a hold of you. So let me know if you have a few seconds or a few minutes today. I'd love to have a quick chat with you and see what we can do. All right, Lynn, thanks. And I'll go ahead and shoot you a quick text. Thanks. Who else did we talk to last week? Okay, so this one is in where? West Virginia. Oh, man, my notes taking on this one's kind of not bad, not good. I mean, guys, let me listen to this call real fast. Let me know if you guys can listen to this. I'm hear that, by the way? One, if you can. Oh, this guy's looking for 3.25. Okay, let's get Don a call.
Hello?
Hello, hey Don. Good morning. It's Caesar. How are you?
Okay, what can I do for you?
Hey, Don, I don't know if you remember, but we spoke right before Christmas about your property on Bittinger Court.
Yes, sir.
You remember my conversation with you, or?
I do now, yeah.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, you mentioned that you were going to talk to your wife, or we were going to schedule a call where we can all three of us can have a conversation.
I did speak to my wife, and we're pretty well stuck on 300 because, I mean, the average house in this neighborhood is 335 and above.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at. It'll be hard pressed to budge from that.
Yeah, I gotcha. Well, you said that there's still got to be a little bit of repair that needs to be done there, right?
Yes, sir.
How much repairs do you think I need to get it done there?
I would say probably around $5,000 for everything.
All right, so let's say 335 is what I can sell it for. You say 5,000 is how much I need to repair it, right?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, if I buy that off you for 300,000, put in $5,000 of repairs, sell it for 335, I'm negative $10,000 on it. So I think the best for you is to just put it up on the market with a realtor.
Okay, well, I appreciate your time and efforts.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know because at the end of the day, like as investors, when we buy, like by the time we sell it to the on the market after we fix it, we have to look at we have to add closing costs and holding costs. And between those two numbers, it's 12% of 335. So that already knocks off $40,000 right off the bat. You know what I mean? And so yep. So the best way is for you to find a homestead buyer that will actually live in there and buy it off you at that price.
Okay, buddy. Well, you
You too, buddy. Have a good one. There you go. Like those conversations quick. Hey Kevin, how you doing, man? I am not in Hawaii anymore. I am in San Diego now, but I was in Maui for a month. Love to go back. All right, so no go on this one. Oh, guys, let me actually get a hold of someone here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mario, my man, how you doing?
Good. Doing good.
Good stuff, man. Did you see the amendment doc that I shared with you and your son yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it.
Great. Okay, cool. When do you think you guys can get that thing signed?
Okay, that's something that. Okay, we gotta sign that, or the seller has to sign
The seller, the realtor's got to sign. Probably the seller's got to sign it. So So I don't know the situation.
Okay.
So I don't know if you need to send it to the realtor and then he can get it signed.
it. Okay.
But we need to
Go ahead.
go. Yeah, we just need to get it signed so we can open title at the title company that the buyer wants.
Okay, so we're not using free. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'll send it over. Have them. I'll send it over to them. Have my son send it to him. I was because he said he might not, because the agent's out of the office today.
Okay.
So that's but I'll have him send it. But per his message yesterday, he said that he'd be out of the office today, and he wouldn't expect a response till like Monday.
Today's Monday.
I'm sorry, till Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
He'll
Okay.
be out of the office. But no, I'll have my son send it to him.
Yeah, but you guys have his cell phone number. Just call his cell.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that we get our EMD in as soon as possible. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and then let me know. And then then he hasn't talked to you guys about like the price drop then yet, right? I'm assuming.
No, he hasn't.
Okay, cool. All right. Go
I'll
ahead.
get back with you in an hour. I'll have my son do it. Give me an hour. I'll get back with you.
Sure. Sure. Yeah. I'm gonna open title now anyway. I'm gonna go ahead and submit all the documents that we have, like your agreement, our JV agreement, and the assignment. But title's gonna need that amendment form before they can open everything. Because, yeah. Cool, man.
Okay.
Yeah, just get them to me as soon as you can. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Cool. So that's a JV partner that we have, and we actually just assigned it over the weekend. So we just needed to change title company, and we need to get a price drop. All right, cool. Kevin, you're in the Bay, dude. Wonderful, man. I was in the Bay for a long time. Lived out in Burlingame, San Mateo area. Where are you from, bro? Bushka, what's your live schedule? My live schedule is usually at 6:15 a.m. California time. So wherever you guys are at. But I did a lot of driving yesterday. I drove from the Bay to San Diego. So I was just super duper tired today, man. But yeah, I'm gonna be back on the 6:15 live calls. Also, I usually post it up the night before, so if you guys just go on my channel, you can always see like a countdown, or when my next live would be, or just turn on that notification. Chris, when you say how essential is the title company, what do you mean by that? It's very essential. Every deal that we do goes through a title company. One of the things that I like to do on my contracts, guys, is that for title company, I always put TBD, to be determined. So in that way, I am able to give the buyer the chance, the opportunity to choose their title company, right? Since they're the one that's going to be buying all the closing, not buying, sorry, paying all the closing costs, just giving the buyer the ability to choose their title company. That being said, there are some markets where I have great relationship with a title company already. So on those markets, I do put them as the title. But I would still say 8 out of 10, I'm putting TBD. And the reason why is not only to give the buyer the opportunity, but also when you have a certain title company in the contract and you get into this conversation where the buyer wants a different title company, then now you would have to send an amendment to the seller so that they can sign that we're changing the title company. You have to have a conversation with the seller. It's just added extra step versus if you just have TBD on there, title company doesn't care because it says to be determined. So it doesn't matter what title company that ends up running the show. Oh, nice, Kevin. San Jose, huh? 408. Good stuff, man. So you're finishing your training and you're watching my videos now. Awesome. Thank you. When you say you're finishing your training, like what training are you doing? Who you're following? Love to hear from you. Let's talk to Mr. Has. Wholesale Inc. Is that out of the Bay, or I don't know if I know them. They're in Arizona. Okay, cool, man. Are they doing are you doing cold calling? Are you doing paper leads? How are you getting your leads? Wondering what they're teaching you. And then Chris, do you have a fee for getting a walkthrough to getting a wholesale deal done? What do you mean, do I have a fee for getting a walkthrough? Can you elaborate on that? Are you asking if I pay someone to do a walkthrough? Like, I'm just a little lost on that question. All right, let's see. What was my conversation like with this seller? Okay, so you didn't advertise it. Actually, you guys probably can't hear that, so I'll play it on my phone so you guys can hear it. Usually I take pretty good notes, but lately I haven't. So I've been having to play my conversation with the seller.
Hey, David, good morning. My name is Caesar. I'm calling about your property on Chaplain Street. Are you still looking to sell that property?
I get it off the market, but it's still for sale, yes.
Okay. How long did you have it on the market for?
I didn't let it,
Got it. Yeah, all right, well, how much are you looking to get for that property?
35,000.
35,000? Nice. All right. How much are you, can you tell me a little bit what you got going on over there?
I'm sorry, repeat it one more time.
Yeah, can you tell me a little bit what you got going on over there?
Yeah, it's 3 full bath. It's boiler heat, no central air. It's cosmetic. The garage up, go right down that with a good case. The house is updated a little bit because of the little right there.
Got it. It's like, you got it in there right now, or is it vacant?
I'm saying it right now.
Oh, you're staying there right now. Okay, gotcha. So when you say it's updating, that's music to my ears because I buy property as is. What does it need?
Made it, garage.
What was that you got cut off there? I apologize.
The roof's removed. The roof's removed. Maybe put down the bottom flooring. I can do all that for a little bit too.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Right. The walls are textured. You might want to go off the maintenance wall board or something if you don't want the texture. Stuff like that.
Uh-huh. How's the roof foundation? Like the big take out?
Oh, no, it's finished basement.
Okay. Got it. And is this 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 867 square feet?
This is, I mean, bedroom downstairs. 3 bedroom.
3 bedroom.
There's 3 full baths.
3 full baths?
3 full baths. I mean, bedroom, shower, toilet downstairs in the basement. There's a full bath on the first floor and a full bath on the second floor.
Okay. So it's a 3 bedroom, 3 bathroom now, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because online it's showing 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So you added those throughout the years, or?
Yes.
Got it. Okay. All right. So basic items are good. Now let me ask you this. Like I can see you do this for a living. One of my properties I would want to just fix it up where it's modernized, right? So more than just a listing on a page, that's what I'm trying to say. So that way I have 2 options. I can either put it up on the market for maximum value or rent it out, right? So how much do you think it's gonna cost me to modernize this place? And I still got to pay for labor, by the way. I know you do it, so you don't pay labor. So
Right, I understand. Look, what do you want to go with?
Yep.
Remove you might get into 25 with labor and everything.
Okay. And then in that market, how much do you think I can sell that property for after I fix it?
Look, I can get 75 out of it easy.
75?
Yeah, 75 out of it easy. It's even got estimates like up to 90 or something like that on it. I mean, it's a nice location. You're a block and a half from a middle school.
Got it. Okay. And then just curious, how much do you think I can rent it out for? If I were to rent it out?
Look, I can get it out. It's all about that, but maybe utilities. You know what I mean? Probably.
Okay. Yeah, I was seeing online it says 800, so maybe $900 right in the middle since you say 1,000.
It's easy. Have a great easy for that. It's a corner lot. There's a corner lot got a fence in the yard. There's a 1-car garage behind it. Would be difficult to get a vehicle in it. From the alley, but I mean, there's a garage.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And you own it outright now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And you said you're still living there? If you don't mind me asking, it sounds like you've done a pretty good job maintaining this property. Why are you selling? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, 61 years old. I got 4 properties. I had a heart attack. I'm working on one of my other properties here recently. I'm just getting a little too old. Anything else is going too much. Trying to slow down.
Yeah. Just uploading them one by one, you saying?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. One last question, and then I'll say what I'm looking at. Actually, 2 questions. One is, when you had it on the market, I mean, what are the feedback that you got from folks?
I didn't have it listed on the market.
Oh, you did not? I thought you said you did.
I had it not. I didn't have it listed on the market. I don't want to list with anybody. I don't want to be obligated for 6 months right here.
Yeah. I got you. Okay, that makes sense. Did you get any walkthroughs? Did you get any feedback from anyone that checked out the place, or?
Yeah, I had a couple of good things written. Yeah. One person tried to use the money to get everything. They didn't have anyone.
They just didn't have anyone. Okay, gotcha. Okay, all right. So let me ask you this, man. I mean, if I can, usually I close within 14 days or sooner, pretty much just in title clears. But as you know, title companies, man, they always drop the ball and they always take too long. And with the holidays and all, they probably won't start on this until the first of the year. So if I can close on this, let's say the 15th, anywhere from 15th to 17th, I'll pay cash. I'll buy the property as is. And by the way, I can close on it on your timeline since you still live there. If you want to end of January or February, I can do that too. Right? I'll make it as easy as possible for you. Yeah, if I pay all, I'll pay all the closing costs, no realtor fees, none of that. I mean, what's the best price that you can do for me?
The best I can do is 30 bucks. I think waiting for the buy, and to be getting into assisted living, and to get rid of the house. I think $5 for it about a year ago. I'm not going to get any money, but I'm trying to study.
Yeah, no, I got you, man. It's just so the way I'm looking at it, just so that you understand, like I always tell people that I'm no lender, right? I don't like to sugarcoat things. So the way I'm looking at it is, let's say I buy that property off you, I fix it, modernize it. Like you said, I can probably put it on the market and sell it for maybe 70, 75 is what I have after fair value. Okay. Now on the 75, I don't look at my closing costs when I sell the property, right? Because I got to pay a realtor that. And any cost that I have to carry between now and when I sell the property. So between those two numbers, that's about 12% for the 75, right? So I got to back that in there. And then I know you said about $15,000 of repair costs for the property. And so I'm putting in $15,000 of the buffer zone just in case something comes up that I'm not aware of. You know what I mean? So yeah, $10,000 can evaporate just like that. Yeah. So with over 1,000 square feet, I got to put $30,000 in rehab. So when I back all of that number in, if I buy that property off me for 35, then I'm negative $9,000. So the thing is, usually my goal is to do dollar in, dollar out, just to keep my lights on. But I understand when it gets to that lower price point, sometimes it's a little hard to do that. So just to let you know, let's say I buy the property off you for 20, my profit there would be like 16,000, right? And so if I buy that property off you for 20, my all-in number is actually about $60,000, and I can only sell it for 75. You know what I mean? So I know you said you don't have a wiggle room at 35, but just like you, it's got to make sense for me, and I got to be like in the 20s in order for it to make sense for me.
Right. Look, I got to pull over for a minute. I got something wrong with my vehicle.
No problem, man. Hey, happy help.
All right, let's give this guy a call. All right. I'll text this guy, but yeah, I was just looking at the comments. Chris, man, I just saw what you wrote. Kudos to you, brother, for turning your life around. Keep at it. Just keep at it, bro. You'll get there for sure. We all got to start somewhere, and all we got to do is just have those blinders on and just attack it, right? So, very proud of you, man. I'm glad that you're changing your life around. So, pretty darn cool. And thank you for sharing. Really appreciate it. Kevin, who did I mentor with? I followed a couple of folks, but really the one that resonated with me, and I'm part of, is RJ Bates. So I'm part of the Titanium. He just keeps it real, keeps it as simple as possible. I was able to close more deals with his teachings. I think his way just makes sense. Now I'm sure everyone has their own way and it works, right? Because otherwise they wouldn't be teaching it. Well, actually, I can probably rephrase that because some of them don't work. But at the end of the day, it's just a matter of who you resonate with. For me, it was RJ Bates. Just keeping it simple, five-step closer formula, and just no BS. With RJ, I believe I got in on like this fourth. I was was I the fourth class? Yeah, the fourth class. So it's a little bit less. I don't know how much it is now, but it's still a lot less than most people out there. So it's really good. Give me a second. So I gotta put you guys on mute for a second, or I gotta take this call. It's a personal call. All right, guys, I am back. Just had to take that quick phone call. Let's see, what do we have on the comments here? Kev, thanks for answering Chris's questions, man. Really appreciate it. Thanks for helping him out. Perfect. Bash, you paid King Kong 7K. It's been 5 months. Student seen him on maybe 3 times in 5 months. Personally would not redo it. Oh, dude, King Kong was actually one of the first guys that I followed. Just his shorts were pretty entertaining. I like his catchphrase. Let's go make that money. But I never signed up. I believe, guys, don't quote me on this because I really don't know how much titanium is right now. But I believe titanium is less than that. And one thing that I will say is with RJ, bro, like we get RJ twice a week. We get Cassie once or twice a week. RJ will do what do you call it? Kicking closer reacts or feedback. So people within the community will turn in their live seller calls, right? And RJ will just analyze it and just say, hey, here's what you're doing well, here's what's not. And it's great, man. It's worth every single penny, because he's in the trenches, right? He's still making calls every day. It's not like, oh, I'm teaching you what I did. He's teaching you what he's doing. And if there's anything that he's changing, you're with him on that as well. That being said, I mean, he's got that hedgehog concept, so he's already got his way, and it makes sense. He'll maneuver here and there based on the conversation, but the same framework all the time. So really love it. The fact that RJ will do the live seller calls, will do a feedback on your calls, and then Cassie will do comping. Will comp with us. So we turn in our deals. They're able to comp it. They don't even want us to JV with them. When I say that, I'm not saying they're turning money away, but they really care more about the community. So they would rather have our members or the members JV with other members, right? So some of the people within the community, like myself, we have, investor lift cartel mode. So we've got the ability to list the deals. Some of us are a little bit more seasoned than the others. And so some of us have buyer relationships already, right? And so someone puts it up on the Facebook private group or during our implementation call, hey, I've got this deal. And RJ already has buyers there. And so instead of him going, hey, I want that, he's like, hey, Caesar, don't you have a buyer there? Tom, don't you have a buyer out in San Angelo? So forth and so forth. And he's connecting people and everyone, I don't want to say everyone, but people are making money. The ones that are really implementing, his teaching and just doing the work every day. Jermaine, yes, I have gotten a house with a solar panel lien. That was a deal that was really hairy. We got it going. Yes, that's exactly the deal that I got too. It went out of business. Actually, they got sued. So a solar company got sued, and what happened was that another big solar company picked up the tab. So there's still a lien on the solar, but it's under a different company. So what it is, you got to talk to title. It's a UCC lien. It's an appliance lien. So what that means is that the solar company can go after the seller. They can foreclose on the solar, but they cannot foreclose on the house. Okay. So that's a big difference there. So the way it happened with our deal was that the seller was pissed off about the solar company because it never worked. It went through a lawsuit, blah, blah, blah. The guy's like 75 years old. And so most buyers don't want to have that on there. But a title company will issue title without having the solar panels as part of it, right? So they're not insuring that part. So in other words, what happened was we had to talk to both the seller and the buyer. We needed to let the buyer know that, hey, solar company can only foreclose on the solar, not the house. So if that were to happen, they will go over there and take the solar off the roof. And that's it. Buyer understands that the solar company can go after him, not the buyer. So I told David, who is the seller, I said, hey, look, at the end of the day, we close this deal, buyer buys the house, that solar panel stays under your name. And that solar panel can foreclose on you anytime, can ruin your credit, so forth and so forth. Seller goes, I don't give a shit. Those guys are assholes. I'm 75. I don't care about my credit. I'm about to die anyway, quote unquote. And so seller was okay with it. Buyer was okay with with a solar on the roof, the fact that they can take it off at any given time. So we were able to close the deal that way. So Jermaine, hopefully that helped, man. If you're going through a different situation, feel free to give me a call. Let's chat. Let's see what we can do. John Looney is from Solar Company as well, right? So he knows a lot. Give him a call as well. Kevin, absolutely, man. Feel free to add me. That'd be great. If you've got a YouTube channel as well, I'd be more than happy to subscribe to yours, help you out. How do you guys handle 1031 exchange when the sellers want? What do you mean by that? I mean, I know what a 1031 exchange is, but what do you mean? Gokus locked up a deal? Heck yeah, man. Congrats. Try this. Congrats, Gokus. I don't know if you're on watching, man, but good shit, brother. Gokus is new. Jermaine's partner or team member. Jermaine, how long has I think Gokus just started what, 2 weeks ago, right? He already locked up a deal. That's cool, man. Two weeks ago, all RJ trading, baby. It works, guys. It definitely works. Kevin, I don't know if you've watched RJ Bates, but his shit works, man. Let's see. Kevin, I think you've been answering Jose's, not Jose's, Chris's questions, right? Chris, do you have any other question, or is there anything that Kevin wasn't able to answer? Let me know. Gaetano, what's up, buddy?
There he is. What's up, Caesar? How you doing, bro?
Doing good. I'm on live, so you're on live right now. Just FYI.
Oh, okay, man. I'll give me a call when you're done. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you need something, or?
I was just wondering what was going on. If you looked at that deal I sent, because I'm about to cancel the contract. So
Are you talking about the one in Ohio?
Yeah.
Yeah. I reached out to my buyer, and he's like, "No, man, I don't do that area."
Okay.
Unfortunately.
No worries, man.
All right. Cool.
Bro.
All right. Let him in. Let's see. I think I might have missed something here. Jose, what did you say, Jose? I saw it. Inherited property. They're working with a few other investors. They're not sure of the condition of the property because they're out of town. Yeah, he has the wrestling belt because he's the king closer. Yeah, dude. Very first time I watched one of his short videos was back in February or February. And I literally just watched a minute of it, and the very next call, I just followed his thing. It's very simple, right? Hey, Kevin, are you still looking to sell that property? Yeah. Okay, great. How much are you looking to get for it? Gotta ask them for the price right off the bat. Great. Tell me what you got going on. Then while they're telling you, step 4 is to comp while they're giving you the information. Step 5, you just close. So Kevin, if I pay all the closing costs, no realtor fees, I buy the property as is, I pay cash, I close in 14 days, what's the best price you can do for me? Right? Usually that gets you 10, 20% off. And then from there, that's when you can educate and inform the customer, or not customer, sorry, the seller, on why you need to be where you need to be. And then still 8 to 9 out of 10 people are highly motivated, but they're still in the wrong price bucket. So that's where, through repetition, you get better at closing at, one of those 8 to 9. And if not, then you're on a gathering mode. So I always say with the PPLs, paper leads, you're on a hunter and gatherer mode. You hunt and you find that right motivation, right price. You get better at hunting one more out of that 9 right price. Right motivation, wrong price. And then the other 8, you just gather them. You're literally farming these leads, and little by little, they'll come in. 1 month, and you're like, just like the guy that I was talking to earlier, right? All of a sudden, he's like, "Hey, man, I really need to sell this property." That was from back in July. 2000. Would $2,000 be enough for the coupon leads? Would that be enough? That is a very good question to me, because if you have $2,000, just think about it. You're probably going to need to pay the, if you're going to do this with speed to lead, make sure you call speed to lead, because I believe there's a way for you to waive off the $200 a month on the coupon club. And that is by wiring a minimum of $1,000 automatically every month. Just have an automatic wire. So that's huge, man. And you can cancel anytime, right? So it's not like a subscription where you're stuck for a whole year. So you can split up that 1,000 or that 2,000 into 2 months, 1,000 this month, 1,000 next month. So instead of you paying $200 a month for the coupon club, that gets waived off. So you can use that $200 towards the leads. So you would still need to pay the $89, which is the premium, which will actually show you all the information you need to decide whether that's a good lead for you. For me, that's well worth it. So if you go 1,000 minus 89, that's 911 divided by 29. That is a total of 31 leads. Okay. Amit, I don't know where you are in your journey. I don't know if you're new or not. I don't know your skill level. But if you're new, you're just starting, I would say doing the 25 leads that will turn into 1 contract. I think that is a conservative way of looking at it, and it's a safe way to look at it. So if you look at it, that's 1 contract for you for the month. That is going to be tough because, okay, so you close a couple of deals. So you're pretty good, right? So, I mean, it can work 30 leads. I mean, I can do 30 leads. That would work for me, but I probably want somewhere in the 100 leads, just because you're going to be able to, within 100 leads, you're going to be able to lock up 4 contracts. Out of those 4 contracts, maybe 1 to 2 of them will dispo. I don't know your comping abilities, right? So I just don't know. Like, if you're comping really well and you're embracing the no, then obviously each lead or each contract that you sign up has a very high likelihood of getting dispoed. But if your comping ability is not up to par, then yeah, you might need 4 to 6 contracts just to be able to dispo one. So really depends. Maybe I'd put all that 2,000. So 2,000 minus 89. You have 1911. I would probably invest on PropStream, because you need at least a comping software, right? And that, I believe that's 97. So let's just say $100. So that's 1811 divided by 29. You're going to get 62 leads with that 2,000. It's a toss-up, brother. It's a toss-up. I think you're still off 38. For me, I like the 100. Just, it gives me a little bit. But you know what? 62, man, it's still a good amount of leads. And if you only have 62 leads, then you're going to pay more attention, right? You're going to be more hyper alert. So I'd rock with it. No, I see that you've closed a couple of deals, but you said it's a while ago. I mean, hell, dude, like I told some other folks, while you're investing your $2,000 on Coupon Club, maybe look at FSBOs and just call 20, 30 of them, right? Like not to, I mean, obviously if you lock them up and get paid on it, obviously that's the main goal. But really the main goal for the FSBOs is just to get the words out, to get into the rhythm of things again. So use those. And then once you have that, then go ahead and buy those leads. Now you have a higher chance of locking up, out of those 62 leads, maybe instead of 2, maybe you're able to lock up 4. You know what I mean? FSBOs for sale by owner, Kevin. And then me, love to hop on my lives, make calls, and get some feedback. Bro, absolutely, man. Anytime. I don't know if you were here earlier, when I started, but I also had a gentleman by the name of Edward. He also follows and watches my videos, and he just sent me a text this morning. He was like, "Hey, man, can we do that role play? Because I heard you're willing to do role plays." So he called, and we were able to do a quick role play. So more than happy to do that as well, man. Like I said, I'm here to help. If I can help one person grow, that's really the main goal of the channel. Let's see. Oh, never sent the text. What the heck? Let's see. What do we have here? Oh, nice. I still have 2 folks that I can call here. All right, guys, I'm just firing up my speed to lead, and it's acting a little slow, so just bear with me. Guys, what are your goals for the new year, by the way? Are you guys doing this full time on the side? Yeah, man, drop it on the chat below. I'd love to hear from you guys. What's your goal? Are you doing this as a side hustle or full time? And how many hours can you dedicate towards this? All right, let's look at Terry. Kevin, part-time, awesome, man. Do I call on weekends? Absolutely, bro. That's the best time to call. 100%. Money don't sleep, bro. Money don't sleep.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 9. Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 90364. More options.
Hey, Terry, good afternoon. Caesar here. Calling about your property on Ray Street. Looks like you're looking to sell that property. I'm an investor and I am buying in that neighborhood. When you get a chance, give me a call back. Love to chat with you. See if I can buy this property off you. 415-579-3026. I'll send you a quick text as well, okay? Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, let's see. Terry, I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy on a campaign trip now. Pulling back into this bash full time, looking to seller finance also. Yeah, man. Seller finance is great. One thing that I want to tell everyone though is this: nothing wrong with creative financing. Obviously, it's a tool to have in your tool bag, right? But I just want you to understand one thing. From my experience and from other people that I've spoken with, when they go straight into, and Bash, by the way, I don't know your background, so I don't know if you've done wholesaling, if you've done cash deals or not. So this is really more for everyone that's watching. Okay. I started learning. So I started wholesaling in November, right? November 15. October 31st was the first day I decided to do it. Gave myself 14 days to take in as much content as possible. And by December, I met up with a friend of mine. It was my former coworker in the tech world, and he's in the he's in the sub2 community. And he opened my eyes on the possibilities of seller finance, sub2, wrap. I'm like, holy crap. And I'm like, deer in hell. I'm like, holy crap, this is so amazing, right? And I'm sure everyone has exactly the same reaction to it. And so I studied it, man. I got good at it. I went to a lot of their meetups, talked to people, asked a bunch of questions. Bro, from early December till end of January or middle of January, I didn't close a single fucking deal. I didn't until I realized that, wait, I'm making this very complicated. I don't know jack shit about creative financing. And when I say that even though I'm able to have and carry a pretty good conversation, it just wasn't, I was like, it was just too complicated. So whenever I do that, whenever I go on a dry spell, I always look back and like, well, what did I do differently or whatever? And like, just go back to basics. And at that point I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go back to basic. And when I did, I closed 2 deals right off the bat, and then I closed 17 deals in 23 days after that. So the reason why I'm saying this is there's a lot of people in the creative financing community who goes on for like a year without selling a single deal, without locking up a single deal. There's nothing wrong with that community. There's nothing wrong with creative financing. But what I've found is the issue that I have is that most people, including myself, instead of getting good at negotiating to actually get the price in the right price, a lot of people use creative financing as a crutch. Why? Because one of the taglines is, hey, Mr. Seller, if I can meet you at your number, can you give me favorable terms? Then now you start manufacturing. Now you're going, okay, well, let me get this to, I'll buy it at 400, even though you need that sucker at 275, right? Seller wants 400, you need it to be 275. And then you talk the seller into doing 375. And then you're trying to get a favorable terms. And the problem with that is getting those favorable terms is already difficult enough to educate the seller. And then secondly, you don't know enough where you think it's favorable terms, and then you get it out there and it's not. And so all I'm saying is, guys, learn how to negotiate, learn how to get the price down. And then from there, once you have that, then start looking to creative financing, because otherwise it's going to backfire on you, man. It's going to backfire on you. It's like doing PhD work when you haven't even graduated high school yet. So just wanted to bring that up. Once again, I'm not saying turn away from creative financing. All I'm saying is get good at negotiating and then use creative financing as a tool. Black sheep here, thinking about joining James Hodges Game Change program. Do you have any? I do not know who that is. Can you tell me a little bit about it? What did I do? Yeah, I just don't know anything about them. I don't know, guys. I'm a little different. I'm always wary about investing money right away into a program. I want to see proof. The reason why we did RJ Bates is because I locked up deals just watching his YouTube videos. So we already made money. And so when my business partner came to me and go, hey, should we join the Titanium? They have class starting. And I believe we paid either $4,000 or $6,000 for it at that point. I think it was $6,000. I was like, yeah, we already made that money. So it's pretty much free membership for us right now. And so that's the reason why I did it. Otherwise, even at the creative financing, at some point I wanted to join the sub 2 community. But then I went to their meetups. And I'm like, well, why do I really need to join? I've got their contracts, I've got everything, and just didn't need to. But then again, someone could say, well, maybe that's why you didn't close any deals. Yeah, that's very true. But I also know a lot of people who paid the $10,000, and guess what? They still haven't closed any deals. Okay. Here's the last guy that I need to call here. Ankit. Anyone on here that's part of the creative community, or I mean, I'd love to hear from you guys on what your thoughts are on what I said. Do you feel like That's pretty accurate, or this was sold 2013. Okay. All right, let's call this guy.
You need lights, Cesar? No.
No, I think I have it.
Telephone number 323. Telephone number 32. Record your message. When you've finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
Hey, Ankit. Good morning. Caesar here. I'm calling about your property on Three Seasons Road out here in San Diego. Looks like you're looking to sell that property. I'm actually an investor out here, and I'm looking to buy in that neighborhood. So when you get a chance, give me a call back when you get this. 415-579-3026. Once again, 415-579-3026. I do pay cash, and I'll pay all the closing costs, and I'll buy it as is as well. And I can close usually within 14 days or sooner. So when you get a chance, give me a call. More than happy to chat with you. Thanks. Bye-bye. All right, let's see. All right, let's put this guy on my campaign. Let's see here. Have I called everyone I needed to call? Sweet. Okay. All right, guys. I have a 10 o'clock meeting with my partners, and then I have my titanium call after that. And I got to deal with some opening a file with a title company. We actually just signed a deal over the weekend. One of the viewers, I believe is a viewer, yep, saw my video, and his son had a deal locked up in St. Louis with a realtor, reached out, made sense. So we went on a JV. I think we signed the JV on Christmas Eve, and then we got it assigned on either Friday night or Saturday. Forgot what day it was. I believe it was Friday night. We got it assigned. So within a couple of within 48 hours, we're able to get it assigned, and now we just need to change title companies. Got to deposit EMD by Friday, which will come from the end buyer, not from us, and we should be able to close that before by the 13th. Yeah, Jermaine, it was pretty quick, man. I mean, these guys did a good job comping it. It was on the market for 71,000 and or 72, and the kid locked it up at 41.5. So they did pretty good. That being said, we still need to do a price drop. So it is now up to them to increase our fee as much as they can. So we'll see how that goes. We're able to assign it at 45. So we need that. We need it to come down in the 30s. That's it, folks. So I'll go ahead and hop off now so I can take care of that side. I may hop back on later today, depending on time issues. I know I got to take my mom to the doctor, so probably not. I'll definitely be on tomorrow, so let's hop back on tomorrow. Guys, feel free to jump in if you guys want to. Manny, Jermaine, I believe one of the other guys said that he wanted to hop on anytime you want to, man. This channel is for you guys. Cool. So see you guys tomorrow, and please smash that like button if you found any value to this call today. If you didn't, don't worry about it. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, as it would help the channel out to be able to reach other wholesalers within the beginning part of their journey. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. See you guys tomorrow.